All right, I just want to make this video for those who are interested in starting businesses, right? Because you might currently uh, make self-employment income, right? Let's say you're 1099, in which you might be a contractor of some sort, in which you have to kill in order to eat, right? I have someone like that in my life, in which she happens to see clients, and she does a good job servicing those clients. However, for each new client that she services, that's additional time at her disposal. And in fact, it's not good, to the point where for every hour she spends servicing the client, she spends maybe 1.5 to 2 hours of additional time to make sure she fulfills all the services. So in other words, she may do 1 hour face-to-face meeting with a client, and then an hour and a half to 2 hours behind the scenes still servicing the client. So it may take her up to 3 hours, in other words, for each client that she sees. So is that model scalable? It's not, because our time is not scalable, right? So you only have a finite amount of time each day, each week. So if you want to scale your income, symmetrically, you have to scale the number of clients you see, which means more and more hours. Which means if you're spending more and more hours, an hour face-to-face with clients and then 2 hours behind the scenes, that means you have to take that time from somewhere else. And it could be other things that are important, such as sleep, such as exercise, such as spending time with family and friends, such as meditation, such as attending your place of worship, such as prayer. There's many things, exercises, many things you could be doing, but you have to take valuable time away from those important but not urgent tasks to be able to reallocate that time towards seeing more clients to make more money. So that's why I want to challenge you today, right? That's why I want to share this video. I want to challenge your mindset and your thinking. So if you are that 1099 subcontractor, contractor, what have you, and you got to kill to eat, you want to start thinking asymmetrically. Meaning, if I put 1 unit of time, let's say an hour, if I put 1 unit of time in this one particular task or this arena, can I get a 2x, 3x, 4x, 10x return? For instance, if she's seeing clients, right? And for every one client she sees face to face, it's another 2 hours of back end work she has to do, behind the scenes work she has to do. So that's 3 hours right there. A better idea would be, okay, if I can invest 1 hour of time hiring 1 or 2 more subcontractors to see patients, then that 1 hour is asymmetric, right? Because she's training 2 people to do a job. So instead of herself seeing, let's say, 8 clients a day, 5 days a week, which is 40 clients a week, more or less, right? And that's a ton of hours she has to spend in wealth. So that's probably over 40 hours, maybe 60 hours she has to spend servicing these clients behind the scenes. But if she spent, let's say, 40 hours a week training 2 subcontractors to be able to work 8 hours a day, 5 times a week, seeing 40 patients each, that'll be those 2 subcontractors spending their own 60 hours a week, in total 120 hours, but generating not just 40 clients or seeing 40 clients, but actually 80 clients. And of course, she will have to split some of the cash or the revenue with those subcontractors, of course, because they're performing the service, the work, but she can use leverage. And so that's the mindset you want to get into. You want to always be focused on, how can I use leverage with my time? You want to switch from being in a self-employment quadrant, shout out to the cash flow quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki, but you want to transition from the cash flow quadrant, from the S, self-employed, to B, business. And with business, you're always thinking about, how can I leverage my time so I can get asymmetric returns? For every 1 hour I invest in this task, I can get a 4x, 10x return. So you just think about it, she can get a huge return if she just spent maybe an hour or 2 or 10 hours a week, whatever the time is needed, to hiring and training a team, setting up systems for those team members, so that way she won't have to come across that bottleneck where the way of her making money is constrained as a result of she having to put her own time in. So that's what I recommend. I want you to think about your business, about how can you leverage your time to get asymmetric returns. It's time to start thinking like a business owner instead of thinking like a self-employed contractor or 1099 person. All right, guys, and if you guys are interested in learning more about this, about business or real estate investing, how to scale, so that way you can escape the grind, the self-employment grind or the 9-to-5 grind if you're an employee, and have a free training for you, just check the link below in the description to learn more. As always, guys, to your success, continue to earn passively, live passionately. Peace.